I'm confused.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 16th episode of the All-Star Veterinary Clinic podcast. Katie Ray is not with me today, so I brought in some special guests. I'm Dr. King. This is my middle son, Holden King, and my husband, Richard King, who's my partner in crime. Hey, you can view the podcast on YouTube, Instagram, let's see here, where else, Harry? iTunes. Yep. Send us your questions, at, give me the email address because Katie always gives the email address, at ASBCpodcast@gmail.com, right? Yep. Send us your questions. You can connect with us live during today's podcast. Typically in the podcast, we're talking about veterinary-related topics, business-related topics, personal topics, all kinds of things. So I thought, without Katie Ray here, maybe I could bring in some people who know a little bit about myself, but then also our family, and talk about their views on the clinic and some of the things that, Harrison's fixing the mic, some of the things that go on in their lives. And we have a great listener question today, so we are going to address that as well. So, are you guys excited to be here?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Holden, you're beyond excited?
Yes. Being the favorite son.
You are the middle son.
Sometimes.
The forgotten son, which is the middle son.
Favorite or forgotten?
Everyone.
Both.
It's like it's a love-hate relationship between
yes.
all.
So, and so you're excited to be here?
Yes, I'm beyond grateful.
Okay, I'm so glad you're
here. I'm honored.
You're honored. Okay.
Honored. Okay, good.
Richard,
good.
How about you?
Very excited. Overflowing with excitement. So yes.
Okay, good. Let's move this.
Technical difficulties.
Holdy, move that so you can talk. All right.
Like I said, I was beyond honored.
So Holden, we actually did something interesting today. What did we do today? Or tell everybody, because in one of the podcasts, Harrison, I don't remember which episode it was, we talked about the sugar gliders, that you had gotten the sugar gliders, and that you were feeling extreme responsibility because now you are a father.
Yes,
and so you were like, oh my God, the pressure, I'm now a father, is what Katie and I were laughing about. So you have two sugar gliders. Their names are?
Toast and Rio. Yes, Toast the bread, and Rio, like Rio de Janeiro.
Nice. Okay, I like it. Okay, and how old are they?
They're roughly 4 months old. OOP.
Which means out of pouch for all of you non-sugar glider people. OP. Okay, yes. Keep going.
They were OOP February 2nd and like February 4th. So.
Okay, and they're both. Are they boys or girls?
They're both boys.
Okay.
That's why I have two sons.
Two sons. Yes. They are nocturnal animals, right?
Yes, they have big bug eyes to be able to see at night.
Okay.
They're very interesting.
They come out at night. They spend time with you.
Yes.
You wanted somebody to hang out with you, and I was unwilling to get a dog or cat, another one.
And
so
she was unwilling to hang out with me late at night too. So I had to.
So we got the sugar gliders. Okay, so sugar gliders came in today, and what did we do to them today?
We neutered them.
Yes.
And it was an interesting experience.
So we did surgery on your sons.
Yes, we've never done. I was shaking. We've never done.
Sugar glider surgery.
Sugar glider surgery.
Yeah.
Yes. Richard, would you like to elaborate?
About the surgery?
Yeah.
I know nothing about it. I wasn't here.
Yes, the surgery went well. It was very uncomplicated.
There were no complications.
No complications. Holden brought them in a travel case, and then we used gas anesthesia, and we boxed them down. Yeah. And then they were monitored with a pulse ox machine, so their little bodies were stretched out on their backs, and the procedure took place as expected. We did use the laser, so we didn't have any sutures because they like to self-mutilate, right?
Yeah,
so
they have claws. They have like hands with thumbs.
Yeah, with thumbs and everything.
So they like to we were
pick
worried
and
that
chew and
pull the sutures out.
So we used the laser, so we didn't have to use any sutures. So and then we woke them up and then fed them immediately, and they're doing awesome.
Yeah,
so
they ate a whole entire apple.
Yeah, I thought you were going to, I thought you were very nervous. You were making me.
I was shaking.
It is not good to make your surgeon nervous when they're doing surgery.
Dr. King, I have faith in you.
Okay, there we go. We did it. Got it done. We've been dreading it, kind of, sort of, because we've never done it before.
The next podcast I'll be on, I'll bring them here and they can.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good idea. Then people could see them.
Yeah, we'll call it the. we'll think of it later.
Think of a name
Yeah.
later. Okay. So tell everybody what, grade you are in school. And,
I am going into junior year. I'm going to be 17 in 2 months.
Woo!
Yes.
Hard to believe.
Approximately 2 months. I am a Faja of 2 sons. And
Faja.
What is that?
I go to Gang. Am I allowed to tell them where I go?
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
Not, there's no like hitmen or anything else.
No, you're good.
No, I think you're safe. Go
You're
ahead.
good. Yeah.
Well, to all my friends out there, I like to thank everyone for this opportunity.
You're not winning an award. Just doing bioinfo.
I go to
Oh my
Garrett Catholic
gosh.
High School. I run cross country and track. I'm a big runner. I get up at like 6:30 every day to go run. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I used to play basketball. It runs in the family. Yeah.
That's
Anybody-
awesome.
Anybody like to elaborate?
No, I think
you're
you've
a
summed
great
it up
athlete.
nicely.
Yes, great runner.
And of course, Patty's watching, who's Katie Ray's mom. She's a
Patty, how are
frequent,
you?
yes, Patty's a frequent watcher. We
Nice
love
to
her.
meet you.
She always has good questions. Okay, Rich, do you want to say anything about yourself?
I'm married to the wonderful Dr. King. Have been for the past 36 years. No, it's 23. 23 years. Math is fun. Gosh, what else to say?
What's your job here at the clinic?
I'm the business manager. I take care of all the business-related activities.
So you tell me
yeah.
when I can and cannot spend money.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. A lot of budgetary
Mostly
stuff,
not
all
spend
the
money.
legal stuff, all the everything,
Stuff.
pretty much
Nobody
everything
really wants to hear
business-related.
about it.
Let's hear about it. It's important. That's why we're in business.
Tell
As he
us.
falls asleep back there, starts sawing logs as I talk about the intricacies of triple net leases.
Yeah, exactly. We one of the things that we do typically is answer listener questions.
Okay.
So one of the questions came from a client. His name's Chandler Troy. Has a great dog named Guster Buster. And he had mentioned that he had listened to the podcast at one point. And so then I went back in the room when I was in the room with him, and I went back in the room and I said, so Chandler, tell me, what do you want to listen? What do you want to hear? And he said he would think about it and then get back to me. And so he got back to us and he sent in a really good question. Harrison Branch, do you want to read the question? So that I don't mess it up.
If you don't know who Harrison
What
is,
would you be doing if you
He's
weren't
the
a
son.
vet? And his reasoning behind the question was that he finds it interesting to ask that question of people who have a narrow focus, like you have a very specific skill set.
Right.
What else would you be doing other than just that? So
Within the field or just generally?
generally, probably just generally.
Okay,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Me?
Yeah, well, the question's to you.
I was going to ask you.
I think if I wasn't doing this,
You'd be a go-go dancer.
what? God, how did you know? Jeez, in a punk band.
The punk band. That's the one part. That's an inside joke. Sorry.
You know, I think I'd probably be doing something. It's interesting how your life experiences lend themselves to other interests, and you're exposed to things that you weren't exposed to earlier. And I've so enjoyed working with Harrison, doing the video work, the marketing work here at the clinic. I probably would be doing that in the larger capacity.
Got it.
Social media. I mean, I really dig. I'm a big podcast consumer. I'd probably be doing something more along those lines, some kind of production work like that. Because
Yeah.
I like the marketing side allows me to kind of flex my creative side a bit and think outside the box about how to reach targeted audiences, things like that. Yeah, which is kind of interesting because I was a business guy for so long. That's a little different from that. So.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a complicated question. If I wasn't a full-time father of 2 sons and the owner of a business, then I would probably...
What's the name of your business? Holden Inc.?
We're bankrupt yet. I sold it online to this one guy. I forget what his name was. It was on eBay. It was a bad decision, but...
Man, the stories just drip from your lips as if they're truths.
It's like gifts.
Like it is a
Probably
gift.
because they are truths.
However, I did start a website called holdenfacts.org/edu/gov.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I did.
What was it called?
Holden Facts.
Holden Facts?
Yeah.
Like F-A-X?
No, Holden F-A-C-D-S. Facts. Like facts.
Okay.
Gosh.
Well, you forget all the characters you used to have as a young man.
Oh, We don't need to talk about those.
Oh, let's do.
Come on. Give us some pee-pee
Share
whippings.
the-
I need to finish my question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Finish my
Go ahead.
question.
Okay, finish the question.
Go ahead.
Okay, also, if I wasn't like I said, a father of 2 sons full time, I would probably be probably Harrison's assistant. However, his tasks are sometimes unruly and impossible to do.
I'm not hiring.
So,
He's not hiring.
so that would be my dream job. Or I'd also like to work at a zoo. I'm deathly
Yeah.
afraid of ostriches and giraffes because they have long necks. So I think I need to conquer my fear.
Would you ever run in with one of them at some point?
No, I'm
Graphophobia?
just scared. They're so tall.
Why long necks?
Because they're just like so long.
Okay, and? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
right.
Okay.
New topic. Just, you know, good
That's
roll.
like a hashtag. Unreasonable
goodness.
fears.
For later.
Okay. So, all right. So me, what would I be doing if I wasn't a veterinarian?
Why don't you answer and then I'll tell you what I think.
And I'll tell you what I think.
Okay.
And then Harrison can too.
Well, if I was working, I would say the other thing that I would do would be a full-time mom. But if I wasn't, like if we're talking about a job, which is a job, that is a job. But like if we're talking about an outside of the home job, it probably would be coaching.
That's what
No.
I was going to say. I
Yeah,
swear.
Yeah,
It'd be coaching or
Coaching
trainer.
B-ball.
I would love to coach a high school basketball team and take them to win state.
As you know, Dr. Emily King went to the Olympics in 2003.
No, I didn't. Shush it.
No,
So
you'd
I
be
think
a-
that
you'd
would
be
be
a
it
great coach.
because I think that you still have the parts of the job here, which are like problem solving and developing relationships, are the parts of the job that I like here, and that would transfer. I think that's probably why it's of interest to me. Plus the sport itself. I enjoy the sport itself
Dr.
of
Emily.
basketball. So
Yeah. Emily's
Yes.
coached the boys, I mean, ever since Harrison,
entire
3rd grade.
lives.
I mean, all the way up, and she always did a fantastic job.
Yeah. By the way, she took us to 8th grade year. She took us to a city championship, national championship, and second in the state. So
What year did you get the technical at the finals?
that was
that
the
year.
Was that year?
Let's elaborate on that.
it two
so
technicals
I
or just
drove.
one?
No, just one. So there was a irresponsible ref there, and he was not calling calls the way we wanted to. And this kid drove on me and shoved me down like a gosh, what a jerk. And then stepped over me, and my mother came to my defense because I couldn't defend myself.
No. Specifically, what she did was she looked at the ref and said, "Oh, is that how it's going to be now?"
Yeah, that's what I said.
And
Yeah,
he's like-
yeah. Technical, yeah, it was not.
And then Mr. Keller, our assistant coach, yelled at my mother but we won the game. We won the game, so.
Well, he didn't yell at me. He was like, "Oh my gosh!" Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think coaching would probably be of high interest to me. That or
Something very active.
I would have seen the other thing that a fighter pilot. That'd be the other thing.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Ooh,
I
big
could see
difference
being a
there.
Zumba instructor.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would not be me.
Yeah.
You could have been a fighter pilot.
What's
Yeah.
a fighter pilot? Like
Like-
Fly jets.
Yeah.
you don't want to kill people now, do you?
No, I mean.
Only bad people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
She's
that
not
would
a
be
killer.
the other thing. I think those would be the two things that if I'd go back in time would be things I would pursue.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I think it's hard though too because as an adult you look back and I think you're forced to make those life decisions at such a young age where you don't have a lot of life experience. So you might think, you want to do something, but when you actually do it or you don't really know the nuances about it.
Right.
Like when I was in school, I studied finance and thought I wanted to be a stockbroker, and then I actually went and worked for a stockbroker for a while and realized I don't like this at all. So
You work
the
on
sales
Wall Street?
aspect of it.
Do you
What's
work
that?
on Wall Street?
Yeah, of course I did. Anyway, no.
No, I'm being serious.
No,
Did you ever think about working on Wall Street?
Yeah, but I mean it's tough. That's a tough it's a tough business.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you know what you're gonna do when you grow up?
Well, no, but I just, yeah.
Not sure yet.
Well, no, I mean, I kind of have an idea. I want to go into business-related aspects like sales because I find it very easy to talk to people. but at the same time, I don't like talking to people. It depends. It's like a also a love-hate relationship. But my social active abilities have not been very good lately. New question.
What? No. I will say this about Holden. Holden has an uncanny ability to make conversation and talk with people. So I think to the extent that you could translate that over into a job where
Oh no, I can. I want to be a doctor. Actually, I want to.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
there you go.
There you go.
I've been trying really hard in school because I want to go into pre-med somewhere, which would be kind of cool. I could be the family doctor.
you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
What
It's a
kind
lot of work though. I mean, I'm not really afraid of blood or anything. I just don't want to accidentally mess up something, like and kill somebody.
Well, I think every doctor
no
probably.
one
Can you
does
get
want to do
charged-
that.
Can you get charged for murder with that?
No.
Okay, no.
Why did you kill somebody?
Well, okay.
Manslaughter?
One would assume
That
that
it
if you
was-
didn't do it intentionally,
Right.
then no, of course you wouldn't be
These
charged.
ring lights are blinding.
Yeah, the ring lights are bright.
I know. I look to my left and I see like a green light up here.
Yeah, they can be bright if you're staring at them.
Let's talk about our second personalities.
Oh, second personalities?
Yeah.
What
What are
person?
those?
What
What
are
are
those?
Why do I have to start?
Because you brought it
You
up.
brought it up.
You know, like I have my ninja.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
let's
characters.
talk about
Okay, got it.
characters.
Okay.
Okay.
Characters
Lots of those.
characters that are hidden inside of you that you only want to reveal when necessary.
Okay. that could
Okay,
be-
so go. What's one?
Well, I believe that I was born to be a ninja
Oh,
because sometimes.
Keep going. Yes. Okay.
we see
Show
our,
us.
We see our viewership going.
I thought this was going to be a veterinary podcast.
It's
but-
okay.
We're just
Doesn't matter.
talking.
We're
We're
just
just
talking.
talking. It's
Yes,
okay. It's
go
cool.
ahead.
It's cool.
It's known around our family. For me, I have ninja hands, and so basically, whenever I feel threatened, you gotta fill them up. And you gotta try and defend yourself.
Ninja hands.
Say, okay, what's funny is
Wait.
all the ninjas out there watching have their head palm going. That's not what that is.
Listen, I mean, like viewers, like I have classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
What ninja class? Where?
1, 2, 3, 2, 9.
Well, they teach you how to throw stars.
No, we always laugh because he's got ninja hands. So anytime, because we all try.
I thought they're karate hands.
We all
No,
try
it's
and
ninja
ninja hands. We all try and hug him, and then he'll be like, "Do your voice."
Like run away, you gotta turn around. And Harrison's the worst at it because he's the tickle monster, and he just comes out of nowhere and just tries to tickle me. And so then I really have to try hard to get him off of me, get in the stance to get ready to defend myself.
Yes.
See, what's hysterical is the hands are in position, but I don't think you know what the second move would be once they're in position.
Listen, it's just a scare tactic because if you throw ninja hands at somebody, they definitely know that something else is going to
But
come.
if they know there's not a
To
second move
us-
coming, how
to
frightening
us-
is it?
To us, there is no second coming. It's to run.
You throw your ninja hands up, and then you're like, "See ya!"
Yes, that's what it's like, right?
Oh my god, you're like a possum. You're like, freeze! Never
See ya.
mind, die! Oh gosh.
Ninja hands.
Okay, what's your other personality? Character. What's your other
There's
character?
a lot. As a kid, I used to be this guy named PP Whippins. I kind of forget what it's. I don't really know how he came up with that.
We were doing
Would you like to elaborate?
we were doing something, and you came up with it, not me. And I had the camera rolling, and you just went into this character. Hi, this is PP Whippins, and went into this monologue about
Oh yeah,
what you're doing.
I have this ability just to talk about the most random stuff on and on.
Really?
Yeah, I can just tell a story made up in my mind just on and on. But we'll save that for another episode. The cost will be like $10.
Okay, good lord.
Okay, go on to the next one. What's the next character?
I don't
Like
have
P.P.
all these
Whippets.
personalities.
What's the other one?
I don't know. Let me think. I have the ability to scream really high pitchly, like make these funny. I'm not gonna do it in the mic just because I don't want to
Hurt anybody's ears.
or just
Yes.
scare anybody. But if you get scared, remember ninja hands. But I don't know. I guess I can you have to angle your throat in a specific direction, and then you can make these high pitched squeals.
Which works well with your ninja hands.
Holden's self-defense.
Yeah, it's
.com.
yeah,
Karate guy
exactly.
here.
Okay, tell everybody what you're doing. So one of the reasons you're at the clinic today is that you work at the clinic.
I do. I've started.
You guys may
working-
have the joy of him opening a door for you, or bringing your dog to the back.
Maybe, you might
Or-
be, and then I can give you a free lesson on ninja hands.
Yeah.
But I work at the clinic. I've been working here for
Couple weeks.
a couple weeks now. I'm basically everybody's
During
assistant.
summer, yeah.
So if you tell me to do, if you walk in the door and you tell me to get a water, I'll go get a water for you because I'm that nice. I will expect a hug after, but I'll go get a water for you.
Yes.
But I'm her assistant. I'm his assistant. I'm Harrison's. I'm mainly Harrison's assistant, but he doesn't like to believe it because he says he's not hiring. But he needs me. He definitely needs me. But I also work in the back. I hold dogs.
We use your muscle power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little muscle power I have.
Yep, there we go. We use it to our advantage, especially for different
For
types
big
of restraint.
dogs. There was a big dog that came in the other day, and I was not gonna hold it. It was like had these massive fangs and just like these. It was like a border ducks. What borducks?
Oh yeah.
BORD.
Yes, you're getting close. Yes.
EAUX.
Yeah, you're getting close.
Border
Yeah.
wax.
Border wax?
No,
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Oh,
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
That's how it said. Yeah.
The X is silent. Mm-hmm. Bordeaux. Mm-hmm. It's a big pit bull, just like massive, but he was pretty cool. He had this like baseball something on his shoulder.
Well, bless his heart. Yeah, he's passed since then.
Why'd you have to say that?
Because
You just ruined
I'm sorry. He's such a sweet dog.
was
He
his
was a
name?
wonderful dog.
What's his name?
Oh my God! Now I'm gonna have a brain fart.
He was a great dog. I should have
So,
met him.
okay, so one of the things we did in the podcast. Let's see, Harrison. What video was that? Did we just do? It was just a regular video, the random drawing, right, where we did the pet people, and we went into pet people, and it was really cool because I really love that store, and it's over at 146 by Handles.
Next to Fresh
Oh, is
Market.
it
Next to
actually?
Fresh Market.
Yeah.
Oh, I drive past her all the time.
Yeah, and they did a video with us where we talked about different products and things that you need for your dog before you bring them home.
Yeah.
And then they were kind enough to put money in for the raffle and then also pet products that we had talked about during the episode. So in today's podcast, we're going to reveal the winner. So people had to submit their pet's name and their pet's photo and their name online, and then it goes into a drawing, and then we drew out, the computer randomly picked
Chose,
the winner
right.
today.
Do you have to? Are they?
That's what I
coming-
have in this handy
Are they
dandy.
coming in?
The winner is?
Or can we
Yeah.
go deliver it to them?
They're coming
There
to.
will
I
be
think
there will be
they're.
a free hug.
I think
inside
they're
the basket.
coming to the.
A free hug and a free high five.
They're coming to the clinic to pick it up, right, Harry?
Oh, I
Show
can give you a
the
free hug
basket,
then?
Harry. You can give Holdy. Holdy will give free hugs and ninja
A
hands.
free hug
at
and
the
then your
time.
hands, and I will get you a water.
Oh, and he'll get a water for you. That's excellent.
But
This is the
most
basket.
importantly, you will get
Nice
life's advice from Holden.
So we want to thank all of the people that entered because we had like a ton of entries, a lot of entries. Again, like to thank Pet People for helping us. So
really
at the end of the
cool.
Round
podcast,
of
we're going to
applause.
be doing the drawing. And then we're going to do some more giveaways soon as well.
Yes.
Super excited about that. I think it's fun for people. And if we can get some different kinds of products out there that people can learn about, that can make lives easier for them and their pets.
What is this?
That's a chewing device that you can put
I
chews.
thought it was a bowl, but then I realized.
Well,
it was a
it's
whole
kind of like a
bowl.
bowl, but like you put the treats or whatever in here, and then you fold it down like that, and then they have to get them out, so they chew on it. So it's like a chewing
Okay.
occupier. I know, isn't that cool? You want to try it?
Sponsor us,
Try it. Go ahead and try
Planet
it.
Dog. Also, I forgot to mention this. Bolthouse Farms. If you see this, sponsor us, please. I drink.
This child drinks so many
I
Bold
drink
House Farms.
3 of your smoothies a day.
Yes, he does.
A day?
I can.
No,
yes.
no,
well,
Dad,
almost.
I was just kidding.
Almost. Yeah, he does.
And I do drink like 2 though. This one's really good. Multi-V goodness. It's actually horrific. It's so bad. But you have to chug them. I have to chug them, or I like. Sometimes
You're not doing a lot to get us a sponsor by saying it tastes bad.
But this
Okay.
is great for you, Bolthouse Farms. I'm being serious. We would definitely sponsor you. You
So
sponsored us.
So anyway, we'll do that at the end. We're gonna do that at the end of the podcast. So should we put it? We can put it right down there.
So actually, never mind. I thought you were gonna walk it over there.
Yeah. So what else, guys? What other things do you think
never
you wanted to talk
elaborated.
about today? Once you knew you were going to be on the podcast.
We never elaborated on the question. What is your second personality? What is your second personality? I feel like I got targeted here.
Second personality, what's yours, dear?
Oh, look at him. He doesn't want to.
I have no idea.
We know. Oh, wait. You know what we could say for him? He's that guy. he's the one. Remember, he's like, go cue it up.
Cue it up. Yeah, that's one of Dad's famous lines.
Dad's classic. Go cue it up. I'll be done in a couple seconds.
Yes, poor Daddy-o.
Also, what else is there? Oh no. Dad
Oh my
here,
goodness.
Dad over here falls asleep on a chair. It's the same spot in the couch. He's sat in the couch so many times that there is a groove.
I do not.
Yes,
that is
there
the silliest thing I've ever
No,
heard.
it's not. No, it's not. And then so he falls asleep and he's like.
That's a pretty good impression.
It's just like-
We have a
it's
lot of stories
it's
of
an ongoing
Richie
just
falling
loop.
asleep.
I'm just going. And he finally wakes up. He's like.
Yeah, we have a question from Janice.
Oh gosh, Aunt
Oh, no.
Janice, hit us. What does she got?
Janice here at St. Vincent's having blood transfusion for low hemoglobin. Do animals get blood transfusions?
Oh, good question, Aunt Janice. I hope you're feeling okay. Yes, animals do get blood transfusions. They actually have blood types as well. So you can type a dog's blood, which is ideal to give a transfusion. But in an emergency, you can use a dog's blood on anybody, meaning any canine patient. But they have, our outhouse laboratories have the ability to, if we take a blood sample, we know we're going to need a transfusion. Maybe the dog has gotten into some type of like rodenticide, which would be like rat poisoning, which it's an anticoagulant. That's how it kills the rats and the mice, is that they bleed out and then they die. Well, the problem is dogs eat the rat poisoning because it tastes like what?
Peanut butter.
Yes, sir. You're exactly right. I had a 5. Okay, tastes like peanut butter.
Hugs
So they eat it because it tastes like peanut butter. Well, then the other problem with that type of poisoning is that you're not going to see the effects in these new products until maybe 10 to 14 days later. So the owner doesn't even know the pet ate it, and then 10 to 14 days later, the pet starts bleeding because it's lost all of its clotting factors. And starts bleeding out. So maybe they get bruising on their body, or they have blood in their urine, or they can't breathe, or they become very lethargic because they're anemic. Well, those guys, you need to buy yourself time. So you would give a blood transfusion, for instance. In those instances where you know you might need one, you would send the blood off and it would get matched. It would get cross-matched. You could do that. You can get donors from, like we have blood banks basically as well. So we can get blood supplies, blood products. We might need blood products because we have dogs with low proteins or just low platelets. Like we can give just platelets. We can give, that's just one example of when we would use a blood transfusion. So yeah, and then we give it over maybe like 4 hours. We're looking for any type of adverse reactions like, and the donor dogs are typically screened for infectious diseases as well. Not the same ones that people are, obviously, but we don't want to take a donor dog, maybe it had heartworm disease, and then we give it to the patient. Now we've just given the patient heartworm disease.
Sure.
So those dogs are screened. They have certain screens that they do on those dogs. But it puts a Band-Aid on the problem for us, allows us time to diagnose the problem, and then the pet feels remarkably better after getting the transfusion most of the
I have
time.
a question.
Yes, sir.
Let's say that the dog had the same type of blood that I had. Can I use the dog's blood?
No, you would not
not?
use because
Why
it would
not?
because your body would not be happy about getting
You
dog
don't know
blood.
that blood is blood.
No.
No, it's not.
Then it just mixes together.
No, it does not.
Okay,
Your
I-
body would go
Okay, I
and
have-
start attacking,
I have
and
a
you would go
question.
into a
Good thing you're not
allergic
a
reaction.
doctor right now.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. So
What do you do? Just kidding.
oh gosh. So
Actually, I have a question.
so yeah, we use blood transfusions. We use whole blood. We use platelets. I mean, a lot of different factors. That's a great question, Aunt Janice.
Nice question. Do you think I have a question for you? So,
Sure.
You know, you can answer if you really feel obligated to.
Sure.
But you
Okay.
don't have to.
Okay.
Do you think that you can clone a dog?
I've heard it's possible.
How?
There was a geneticist on Joe Rogan's podcast. It's been a couple years ago, and they talked about kind of the Jurassic Park effect, and she broke down the possibilities and what's not possible, and how the DNA chain. I'm probably totally butchering this, so I apologize. Anybody out there who actually knows what this means? That the DNA chain is so complex and it deteriorates so quickly that it's almost impossible to do that unless you have very new.
You can. The answer is yes. You can.
Oh, okay.
They have a company actually that does
Clones your
doing
dog?
it. Yep.
Yeah, but okay.
Now you cannot.
Let's be really good,
I think
though.
it costs about, and believe it or not, it does not cost that much. Not as much as you would expect.
So you get an
30,000.
exact genetic match. of the dog.
30,000.
An exact genetic
sorry,
match
that's
of
right,
the
right.
dog. They cannot. Obviously, clearly, they don't guarantee like behavior and personality and whatnot.
Right.
But genetically, it's an exact match.
See, that's what I think. I don't think that is worth it. I mean, I think you should explore the boundaries. If you want to get a husky, get a husky. But I will say, if your best friend died, like, I don't know if anybody out there knows who Pickles is. Pickles is, she's the princess of the family. She's
Right.
a chubby Labrador Retriever, probably 10 pounds overweight, and it fits her name. She looks like a big pickle.
Tina Hawk says hi, Holden.
Hello.
Oh, Tina Hawk said hi to
We're
you.
talking about Pickles and her obeseness. Basically,
She's just a healthy girl.
You would want to repeat or clone her.
I
The
would
problem
not,
is,
I would not want to repeat her body because I can't
But you
really
have
go
to.
exploring. No, I don't. I can do whatever I want with this cloning thing. It's my dog.
Lord.
basically the dog like body. I don't want Pickles' body because one, she sheds, and it's awful. Like I brushed her one time. Like I took just a brush and just went straight down, and it was just full of hair. And I was like, you have to be kidding me. And she like looked back. She's like, I'm like, what do you want me to do? But then like,
Wait. Had she actually again? You sure that's what she did? I don't think that's accurate.
Kevin Self said the science behind it is so easy that my high school kids could do it.
there you go,
There you
Kevin.
go.
Kevin with the feed there. Yes, it's true. I mean, they've got a whole company that does it. Why can I not think of the name of the company? I don't have my Vocera on me. Dr. Dudley would know the name of the company.
So if they can do it with dogs.
Yeah, you
though,
have
here's-
to have a like you have to become a member as a veterinarian. You have to become a partner in their company, and then your clients can use their company. It's something like that.
Biogen?
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
So if they can do,
would you really
that with-
pay $30,000?
Yes,
You'd be
people would. You'd be
surprised.
surprised. People
if
would.
You would really pay.
I have clients who would pay.
Would you
it.
pay $30,000?
No, I
for-
would not because I wouldn't be able to guarantee the personality of the
Yeah.
dog.
Okay, but-
and that's the main reason why you love the dog. If you were closed your eyes and you know what I'm saying, like
I would.
yeah,
pay,
the
I
look,
would pay $30,000.
but
It's a
the
99% sure that I could be the exact same.
it will look exactly the same.
But
No,
they've
I'm saying
talked about
personality.
And they cannot-
They've
cannot
talked about
get
this
it.
though with human twins. How you'll have two, human twins that are identical twins that are exact genetic matches, but they have different personalities.
And they also cannot guarantee health. Like, could the dog
Right.
live? I think in Viagen there was something about lifespan. I don't know if they do. I don't know, but there's, yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
I'm concerned. Like, how do they do that? They just like take the dogs.
I don't know the science necessarily behind what that company does.
What's your
but-
dream dog?
My dream dog.
If you could get no factors or nothing, no health factors, any dog, you're just dogs you've always wanted your whole entire life.
Well, I have them at my house.
Okay, you just butchered the question.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I have my dream dog in my house.
Winnie, really?
Yes, she's an amazing dog.
Psychotic.
No, she's not. She's
So,
an
well,
amazing.
she's a working dog, so
She's an amazing dog.
a lot of
She
high
does.
energy.
She's not
She is
mean to
so
anybody.
funny.
She just loves every dog. Loves every person. She is smart. She is athletic. She's awesome. She's an awesome dog.
Yeah, she's all right.
And the other dog I would get in the future would be Harrison's dog, Moose. I love that dog. So
I like
which is a
Moose
dachshund.
too.
He's a dachshund.
Moose, we'll bring Moose on the podcast. He can sit up here and sleep up here.
he won't. But anyway,
Let's
Yes.
see what. Here's
And
the
then
chance.
English Labrador Retriever. I mean, see, I have what I mean, Pickles was, I work with a breeder that is out, Nancy Arbuckle, and
Shout out to the
she,
best dog.
yeah,
breeder there.
and so I do their work on her pets, I mean, on her breeding females and males and her population at her place. And so when Pickles was one, I was out working on all the dogs, and I said, if you ever retire this dog, I would love to have her because she just had that personality. I mean, she was just nice and like eager to greet you but not over greet you, and I mean she was just perfect, her size, like she's not real tall, you know. And so then Nancy called me one day. I was like, I'm retiring Pickles, you want her? And I was like, oh god, yes. And then I had to convince your dad to take her.
Yeah.
So dad's always
Dad
nice, so he gives
loves
in.
her. Dad is obsessed with Pickles.
No, dad
no,
didn't
I'm
grow
not.
up with dogs, so
I did
his-
grow up with dogs. Just they were all outside.
right.
lived
But I
in-
mean,
I
you
lived
didn't
in a
grow up
rural
with
area.
indoor dogs. That
Nobody had indoor dogs growing up.
Right.
Everybody knows who Lance is. Lance is the world's famous dog. He's the grandpa of the family. He is the protector of the family. He is.
He thinks he's the protector of the family.
He's a wimp.
In reality, not so much.
Oh,
We don't
gosh.
have any protectors of the family dog-wise. Like, Winnie just will come up and, like, lick you. Pickles doesn't care.
Yep.
We're, like, so, I mean, if you break into our house, please be nice. Just take my computer and leave. Don't hurt anyone else.
Why? What is your dream dog?
Well, we already know what my dream dog is. Lance, I think Pickles is my dream dog personality, so I've already got that. Lance is my dream dog companion just because he's like, me and him just connect on like a spiritual level.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
But my dream dog is either a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel Ruby version, because I think those are so cool. Because they have floppy ears, but they're still a little bit bigger, so I could take them on walks.
Right.
Or I would consider, if I had a big backyard, like probably a little bit bigger than ours right now, then I'd probably get a Great Dane.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, you've always wanted. You've said that.
I just want a Great Dane because I like how big they are. I wouldn't exercise it. Plus, I think it'd be just kind of cool to have it.
We've got a lot of clients who have Great Danes, and they're good dogs. We have Iris, who is on Instagram, so I always look at her pictures, and she's a great dog. I mean, there's several that come in.
What else? Oh, or I would consider getting a French Bulldog too, but I just worry about the infections. Don't they have skin flaps too?
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, they can have allergies,
They're
but
so expensive though. Like a cheap one is probably like $2,500. Like they're top notch. Yeah,
they're very expensive.
They're very
dogs.
expensive
Wow.
French Bulldogs.
Didn't know that.
But they're neat. They're neat looking. They're nice. We've had a bunch of great French Bulldogs that come in. As well.
But I would consider Harrison's dog. I don't know. I don't really like. I mean, the only big dog that I'm really interested in too is probably a Great Dane, or I'd get a pit bull too. Pit bulls, I think they're really cool. Like a blue
Pit bull.
That's what
I like the pit bull.
What's your dream dog, Dad?
Probably that.
A blue pit bull?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you would like to have.
The only problem with Moose is he's a bathroom bandit. He uses the bathroom and then takes off for anybody can see. It's like, wait, what happened?
It's so funny. He comes in. He's perfectly body trained at Harrison's house, and he comes over, and we look behind us, and there's a surprise in the living room.
And not the good kind.
After he drops his gifts, he looks behind the chair and goes, "Ha, got him again."
Oh gosh,
He's so
Mr.
funny.
Moose. So yeah. What else? What other things do you guys, when you want to talk about or know about?
Let's think. I like this whole dog thing.
What about anything veterinary medicine related that you wanted to ask about,
What is
Holden?
the scariest surgery you've ever performed?
The scariest
That you
surgery.
thought that you didn't have doubts, but you had.
I'll tell you a story about a surgery once. It's years ago when we first opened. And I came in like I normally do because I'm so helpful. And I came into the surgery suite and I said, hey, can I do anything for you? And you turned around and you go, you snapped at me hard. Do you remember that?
No.
You're like, I don't. And I was like, whoa. What can I do? You were doing some really hard surgery. You've been there for like 3 hours.
Oh, I don't know.
What's the longest surgery you've ever done?
Oh, probably, like 3 hours or something. Yeah. Carla does longer surgeries because she's working on teeth.
Are there certain types of surgeries like orthopedics or other things like that typically take longer just because they're more intricate?
There are some that can take longer than others. If you certainly an expertise would contribute to the length of the surgery, but we try not to bite off more than we can chew. I think Carla and I did a surgery where we actually ended up removing a gallbladder, and that was really hard. That was a hard surgery that took us longer because, again, we weren't familiar necessarily. It wasn't what we expected when we went into the abdomen, but we did a just because it wasn't.
Where's the gallbladder?
Attached to the liver.
Wait, so we're
It's really hard to remove.
Why?
Because this one had ruptured, and so it had formed a mat. It's a long story, but we did it, and the dog did well. And the biggest thing I've learned is don't get in a rush, be patient, and
Life lessons.
ask for help if you need help.
Have you seen a rise over the past 23 or so years of people doing more general things, a move to specialty?
Yeah,
Have you
I'd say
seen a lot
more
of that?
people. I'd say there's less veterinarian general practitioners doing things that they can do, either due to lack of confidence, poor mentorship, and so then and the schools trying to maybe, I don't know if they're intentionally trying to support specialists or unintentionally trying to make it better for their graduates, but they don't spend a lot of time doing things like that are routine, that we would consider routine surgeries, splenectomies, cystotomies, mass removals, being able to fix a fracture that requires just IM pens or something like that. Like knee surgeries, like the old method of knee surgeries for smaller dogs under 25 pounds. I mean, they just really discourage, it seems like, these kids now when they're getting out from doing those procedures. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they're worried they're not going to have the support, or they're not going to, like when they get out, or like I said, if they're intentionally trying to push everything like that to the specialists. Like, I don't know what the...
My guess would be that's the latter. It's probably that there's probably just more specialists now than there used to be. So there's probably less of a need to have them delve into those things that they don't do every day. And I think that there is something to be said for specialization in terms of becoming an expert within whatever you're doing. I mean, if you're doing that, if you do one every 5 years.
Oh, yeah. There are definitely things we don't touch because we wouldn't do them very often.
Right.
So we wouldn't be good at it. If someone's going to spend their money and put their pet through and take the time to do the surgery, put their pet through the surgery, spend the money on the surgery, then we want them to get the best that they can for their buck, and the best chance of success. So those patients, like neuro, for instance, we refer everything to Dr. Cross, and Dr. Sangster, because we're just not going to do back surgery all the time, nor do we necessarily have the ability to diagnose them properly. So nowadays, everything's done with CT and MRIs, and we just don't. We don't have that ability. But I'm not going to dink around and do some kind of imaging that's going to spend some client's money, and then they also now have to spend money at the neurosurgeon. So there are places where we definitely don't try and navigate just because it's not in the patient's or the client's best interest.
Right.
But there are a lot of areas where veterinarians should be taking care of their clients, and then they don't. And so then they're left to go to a specialist, and that is it's a lot more money out of their pocket. And there are things that we could be doing for them so that wasn't happening. So, we're really fortunate here. We've gotten the ability to, we even have general practitioners that will send us things because, one, they don't have time to do it, or they don't have somebody in the clinic that can do it, and they're all things that general practitioners can do, So, yeah, we're really lucky here that we have staff that know what they're doing.
What was the question?
About specialists.
Right, so specialists.
Yes.
Great people.
Great people. No, we do have great specialists around here, actually.
Oh, all of our veterinarians are just so giving and just...
Our veterinarians
careful.
here, they are.
Dr. King, Dr. Dudley, Dr. Faust, Dr. Lehman, Dr. Duckwall.
Yep, who's coming on Monday. Ooh, we should do
Never met her before, but I can tell she's going to be nice.
Yep, and Dr. Cloud.
Oh, Dr. Cloud.
Dr.
Cloud, and you can't forget Harrison. He's on the rise.
So, Dr. Duckwall is our new associate, graduated from Purdue starting on Monday.
Yes.
She's super excited. I'm super excited for everybody to meet her.
Is she tall?
She's not short.
Yeah, I think she's probably
taller than me.
She played
your
tennis
height,
in
my
college.
height. I don't know.
Taller than me.
No, probably not.
I have to establish dominance from the start.
But we'll get her on the podcast. And
Said the vets rock.
the vets rock. Oh, Kevin, you're so nice.
Yes,
We
they
love
do, Kevin.
Fergie. Here's a plug for Fergie. Speaking of, Maggie still needs to come in and job shadow Kevin. Get that set up. Okay. And she needs to pick a day that's a surgery day, like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Thursday, Friday.
No,
day.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be the most interesting. So make sure Jess sends me a text about that. Okay, before I forget, I got to plug that for Mags. Okay.
Any last questions? How long are we going to talk?
As long as we want.
Actually?
I'm going for 50 minutes.
Okay,
wow.
so we're probably gonna
going
wrap it
for an
up
hour.
because we don't want the podcast to be too long. And I think we've talked about a lot of cool topics.
how long have we been
I
going
really, I love. Poor Katie Ray would have been great. Would have loved having you guys here too.
Yeah.
So,
Bless her.
but
I'm going to one of your hot yoga sessions, so
yeah,
that's interesting. She said you drip in sweat.
Yeah, you do.
Like she said that one time.
Carla went.
She said that one time she they do the stretch. They go like this, or
Right.
like something like this, and the people their sweat just goes. Bleh.
Yeah, Carla said that she sweated so much that it was uncomfortable. She's like, meaning she was sweating and people were sweating around her, and she's like, I'm sweating so much, I'm sweating onto the floor.
How did they clean up after that? That's my question.
I'm sure they disinfected or wet mop it or whatever.
That's how I sweat every day after running.
So yes, we'll get you into Katie Ray's hot yoga class. No worries there.
It's like 110 degrees or something, isn't it?
So thank you guys for coming on and helping me today.
You're very welcome.
I love having you
We'll
here.
be back soon.
We're gonna hopefully Richie and I will do some more podcasts, right?
Yep.
We'll bring you in maybe as a special guest.
Maybe.
It depends on
Look how many
everybody's.
questions we've
That's what I was
gotten.
gonna say. It depends on
Kevin,
Kevin.
and Janice, Tina Hawk.
Those were questions. Those were
People,
comments.
hey, you might have a following, and if you develop
Look
a
at there.
following,
Wow.
then
Look me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify.
Harry, pass
YouBook,
me my phone, will you?
Space House.
Um.
What
Space
else is
House,
there?
what's
What else
that?
is there?
Okay,
what's
so
the-
to wrap up the
the square?
podcast,
What's the
we want to
square
remind
one?
everybody that send your questions to asvcpodcast@gmail.com. Comment, below with the podcast. I am. And send us your questions, any conversations you want to have. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, hit me up. Let me know.
meet
We'd
me
love
on
to
the
have you.
podcast.
If you want to meet Holden, we
hugs.
can arrange that too. He can teach you ninja hands. So
Free hugs.
free hugs for everybody to come in to see Holden.
Free hugs. High five. Ninja hands.
Let's see here.
Whatever you
You can
want.
catch the podcast on YouTube, Gmail. No, sorry, not Gmail. YouTube, iTunes,
Yeah, Gmail.
Instagram,
Yahoo.
Gmail,
Hey,
Yahoo,
Hotmail.
Hotmail.
Positivity.
All right, yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So, to wrap the podcast up, the giveaway winner.
Is
Give us the drum roll, Holdy. Okay. Is Liz Lang. Oh boy, I can't pronounce her last name. Langkow?
Oh my God.
Long cow.
Okay.
Let's see.
And her dog is Sage. So,
We love
way to
you.
go.
Come back.
That is awesome, Liz.
Awesome.
We are so happy for you. You're going to be super pumped. This basket. Do you want to hold up the basket one more time? We will reach out to you so you know that you've won the basket, and we'll set up a time for you to come in and pick it up. We're super excited. We've got the gift certificates in here, toys in here, and we're super excited for you to come in and pick it up. So we'll reach out to you so that you know you've won. Everybody else that entered, thank you so much for participating. This was our first giveaway. Super excited to do some more. And everybody, what do you guys want to say your goodbyes? Like
I put a coupon for a free hug in there.
a coupon for a free hug.
You said it like 10 times.
Yeah.
Free hug.
Hey,
like
free
hugs.
hugs. Evelyn, you
interpreted
should be
hugs for
worried.
I
Okay.
like hugs, but too much of a hug. Ninja hands will come out.
Ninja hands come out if it's too much of a hug. Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
Okay,
So
got it.
Without further ado.
without further ado, I'm Dr. King, and this is Holden King, and this is
Richie King.
Richie King, and this was the ASVC podcast, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
You ready, Holdy? You gonna dance it out with me?
Is that it?